Claude Cowork just changed the game for local businesses and you have no idea what you're missing. This thing is like having a full-time marketing person in-house working 24/7 on your SEO. And it actually does all the tedious work that gets your Google business profile ranked. And while your competitors are dropping 5 grand a month on SEO agencies, you get the same work for free from Claude Cowork. In the next few minutes, I'll just show you how you can use Claude Cowork and just dominate your whole market. Let's go. For any local business, most of their leads, almost 70-80% of it comes from their Google business profile. And this is where we will be using Claude Cowork to make sure we rank really high for our Google business profile. So for today's example, let's say we are a plumber who's based in New York. So I have wrote a very detailed prompt on how we are going to use Claude Cowork. So I just want you to run through the prompt first and then we'll give this task to Claude Cowork to make sure and see what kind of output does it give. So we start with setting the context really right, that you are a local SEO analyst who's very senior, who has good experience. And then what I have done is I've given it some steps. So it has to open Chrome and go to Google Maps, and then it will search exactly for plumbers New York. And what it is basically doing is it will identify the top organically ranking Google business profile, no ads, not sponsored, anything, and then to label them as top 5 competitors. And now this is where, just doing all of this task, the steps that I've listed, would take you multiple hours for one SEO person to do that and actually come up with all of that data. Claude Cowork just bypasses all of that. So for each competitor, we wanted to collect a lot of data, and I'll tell you exactly what are all of those. So first, all of the business identity signals. What is their business name? Does it contains the exact match keyword or any keyword for that matter? What primary category it has, secondary categories, all of that. Then what is the listed address? Service areas are listed or not? Is it a physical location? Is it a service area business? Then it again just goes into all of their reviews authority, as in how many total number of reviews they have, what is their average rating, their review velocity in fact as well. So for example, how many recent reviews in the last 30 days they have gotten, an exact number of it, and does any repeated service keyword inside reviews. So this is very important. What it is doing, this prompt is doing, is making Claude Cowork think exactly like a very senior SEO. So it's not just going out there and getting random data for you, it's getting very, very specific data. And as specific as whether the reviews even mention service keywords. Because we all know if a review mentions service keyword or location in that review, it has more value, more weightage in Google's eyes than just a good work done kind of review. So we are also getting all of that data. Then what business description, present or no, or if it was present, what it was, what sort of length it has, does it includes keywords? So everything that an SEO would instantly notice, that is what this prompt makes Claude Cowork notice. Then it moves to media and freshness signals, which is, it looks at how many photos they have, what kind of photos they have, is it branded graphics, or is it actual job photos, is it stock looking images, are videos present or no, engagement features, all of that, whether are they posting Google post, what was their last post date, what kind of post they are posting. And mind you, this exact step would be done across 5 of your top competitors. So you're getting the topmost SEO audit done on your Google business profile of your competitors basically, and pretty much for free, very quickly too. Otherwise, just getting the same data for an SEO agency or an SEO consultant could actually take days, because it's so detailed about everything. Then all of the trust and authority signals, like whether the website was linked, is the website, what type of website it is, and all of that. So till this point, it has just collected all of that data, stored all of that, and it has analyzed all of that data. So very, very detailed till this point. But what makes this Claude Cowork just amazing is now it will also recognize patterns for you. So what it will do is it will see, okay, what patterns are common among the top 3 ranking results. So do they have a common category? Do they have a specific review count range, a photo frequency, a keyword users in name and descriptions? Then it will also decide on what are some clear outliers. So okay, which outliers are just ranking there, who should not be ranking, but they're still ranking. So that means, okay, Google is allowing them to rank. then what ranking factors actually dominate this keyword the most? Is it proximity only, or is it more about reviews, category relevance, keyword uses? So if you see it from that angle, it is just taking out all of the guesswork. You just give it the keyword that you want to rank for. It goes and does such a detailed audit for us. And then we have also given it a very detailed and output format, that it must be in a data table. The pattern summary should be bullet points. Ranking factor hypothesis should be ranked 1 to 5 by importance. So this is such a very detailed prompt that I have. If you want that prompt, make sure you comment prompt in the video below, and I'll make sure to link it. Now I have already given this prompt to Claude Cowork to save some time and let it do all of the tasks. It did all of the tasks in about 10 minutes. So it was very fast in that sense today. So you can see it has gone step by step. So the first step was, it has opened the tab with Google Maps. It has searched for plumbers New York. Then it went saw which sites are, which Google business profiles in fact are ranking. It has gathered all of those. Now it actually skipped the sponsored listing, so it has come up with the top 5 organic competitors here for you. It basically went to gather all the detailed information we asked it to. So from here it has gathered for this particular business, which is RR Plumbing, Roto-Rooter, these many number of reviews they have, their address, their categories that are visible, all of that. Similarly, it has now done it for all of those businesses, and now it has presented us the final report here. So you can see these are the top 5 businesses that are ranking, and all of them have plumber as their primary category. So if you are trying to rank for plumbers New York, you know very well that in order to rank your category there, it must be plumber, your primary category. Now this may seem very obvious because it's plumber, but when you go into HVAC or when you go into different niches where as a business owner you are not 100% sure of what exactly should my primary category be, and you make that mistake of selecting a different category than the other ranking competitors, you are basically destined to fail right from the start. And this is something that this can stop happening right at the start. Now the second thing, we had asked it to come up with a competitor data table. So you can see it has put in everything. They all have keyword in their name. So this is again is a very, very important ranking factor, that you see all the top 5 Google business profiles ranking do have a keyword in their name. And you can also see which keywords they've used: plumbing, NYC plumbing, Manhattan, plumbing, NYC, and again their primary categories are there. Now the next thing we have also asked is list down all of their address, their city, how, and their hours also. So you can see one more pattern here, that the out of the top 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 are open 24 hours. So you have to understand this very well, that if you want to rank in the top 5, you also need to be marked open 24 hours. Otherwise Google would just not prefer you, because these businesses are open 24/7. That means they are also doing the emergency kind of jobs as well. And more than anything, if you're keeping yourself open 24 hours and you can maybe hire an AI voice calling agent or something, or things on those lines, to just answer that call and you can get back to them. So okay, now it has done the same job here, review authority and everything, and you can see total reviews are these many. So the first one has significantly more reviews than the others. This is something we can very clearly see. So this would be the outlier. So you do not necessarily need to aim for like 1600 reviews. What we'll be doing is maybe take an average of these, and this will give you a good starting point. Obviously you cannot reach 1600 reviews overnight, right? And it has also observed that their reviews mention these keywords like job, drain, tech, water heater, faucet, price, apartment. So their reviews, they are using or asking their customers to very diligently use keywords within their review. So review velocity, and it has taken an estimate as well. The number 1 is very active and has a review from a week ago, and the owner has responded as well. The second one is moderately active. It has reviews from actually 9-10 months ago. Similarly, other ones have reviews from a week ago, and the fourth one has review from 1-2 year ago as well. Next thing it's looking at is profile completeness and activity. So like I said, this has so much data, and it's also in a very, very understandable format, and we'll actually ask it to extract really we have also asked it to actually compress it in a very insightable way, so we can actually make use of that data. So for profile completeness, we can see they all have everything almost but they have, some of them do not even have services field very clearly. So this is that. The next section is media and freshness signals. So we can see, okay, how frequently are they uploading images, what kind of images they are. So again, everything is very well researched here. How many photos, so it has mentioned like multiple photos. I'm sure it was not able to count exactly the number of photos, but I think if we prompt it even more that, okay, now go and just count all of the photos they have, it will just do it for you. And latest update upload was for this one 9 days ago. The other ones it was not able to actually get the data very well. Then engagement features, we have seen asking is, okay, how actively they are doing Google post, and out of 5, 3 are very active, the other 2 not so much. So some of them have even last post just 1 hours ago, which is okay, nice. So they're very active there. Now trust and authority signals, what extra things they have in their Google business profile. So for example, these guys Roto-Rooter, they have mentioned LGBTQ plus friendly. The other 2 have nothing, but the 4th one also has LGBTQ plus friendly. Now these are some of the things that just by looking through naked eyes you may not be able to catch it very well, but when an AI does it, it scans and extracts very small things as well. So if I was a plumber, and I would definitely mark it as LGBTQ plus friendly, so that I just take that slight advantage from number 2, 3 and 5. That is how I would go about it. So now it is going to recognize some patterns, and it is going to tell you, okay, what patterns it has seen. So and these are some things that we also saw when we were going through this, that all use plumber as primary category, and the number 1 has the most extensive secondary category coverage. Okay, so this is a great insight that you need to have plumber as your primary category. And the top ranking Google business profile has 8 plus categories. So what I do is that if I do exactly the same services as them, I just go ahead and use plumber as my primary categories, and all of the secondary category coverage that the number 1 rankings Google business profile has, I'll just go ahead and replicate those on mine as well. Now for review count, it is saying there's a wide variance. So yeah, some had just 44 reviews and some had almost 1600 reviews. So, and one important thing is the number 3 one ranks there with only 134 reviews, but it has a perfect 5-star rating. So this is what you are up against, that there is a business which is ranking number 3 and it has 5-star rating throughout. In photo frequency, they all have multiple photos, but the number 1 ranking Google business profile, which is Roto-Rooter, they very clearly show brand presence through their vehicle's photo. So this is again a great point of view, that the photos that you upload on your Google business profile, get your team together, get all of your trucks together and take a really nice picture and use them on your Google business profile. Now in terms of keyword usage, 100% have keywords in their business name, which we discussed. So plumbing, NYC, Manhattan, 24/7, these are good keywords to add to your name. Now if you already have a business name registered and does not have these, then it will become really challenging for you to rank. So maybe consider rebranding, or at least doing like a DBA, which is doing business as, and use that. Now a few clear outliers that Claude Cowork was able to find was plumbing NYC is ranking there, but only 44 reviews. So that is something to keep in mind, that it's not always just the total number of reviews in this niche, because logically if you see AE and NYC plumbing has 134 reviews, but it should be ranking number 2 mostly, right? But that is not the case here. So a business with less number of reviews is outranking one with more number of reviews, but this one also has a perfect 5-star rating. So these are some outliers that Claude Cowork was able to tell here. And one thing that we asked it is, who ranks despite the weaker signal? So basically these would be the competitors we would be up against very quickly. So we'll go after them first. And it shows plumbing NYC ranks number 2 with apartment address, minimum visible secondary categories, and lower review count. So you can see they just have like an apartment address, and they do not even have a lot of secondary categories, and even the review counts is was about 44, like it said. This suggests location proximity to search centroid may be dominant. This is a great insight that yes, we all know proximity is a great ranking factor, but how great of a ranking factor you can see for yourself here, right? That a business with less number of reviews, does not even have the best SEO for that matter, is still able to rank number 2. So now it has done a final ranking factor hypothesis here. So you can see the top factor according to it is review authority, which is count and rating. So the one dominating the niche has about 1600 reviews and the other ones have a lot lesser. Proximity to search centroid is also a very, very important ranking factor in this niche in particular. Then keyword relevance in name, category relevance is also very, very important, that they all have plumber as their category. And activity freshness is also important. Like you can see 1, 2, and 4 have recent Google posts within hours. Also, it's like saying owner response to review visible on top performers. Photo recency is 9 days for number 1. So these are great insights. I mean, if I were to put together this SEO report, I'd probably charge a few $1,000s for you to come up with this report, which you can just get with ClaudeCowork for free. Now, after this point, it stopped and it awaited the next instruction. So now I'll show you what is the next instruction that I gave him. So in this document, you can see step 1 is where you have to just copy everything and put it into ClaudeCowork, let it do its thing. So you just change the keyword here and basically everything else remains as it is. Then you go to step 2 and now I'm asking it, you have completed the competitor analysis for plumbers New York, which was our keyword. And now do the following without giving generic advice. Now I'm going to use the intelligence that ClaudeCowork has, and that is why we are instructing don't give generic advice. I've asked it to give us top 7 ranking levers in this niche because and this has to come up with only by observing the competitors and not like generic things that most ChatGPT, Claude, or even Gemini would just say. So this is about, okay, look at the competitors, all of the data that you have put together, and then give me the top 7 ranking levers, because this is what I'd be using to rank. Then I've also ranked them by impact or map ranking. So give that top 7 ones in priority order to me. And for each lever, cite which competitor demonstrate it and how. Okay, now this is a brilliant point that we have added, is for each ranking factor, what it's going to do is also cite, okay, this competitor has done it really well. So you can basically just go out and copy what they have done, the format that they have done, and just maybe do one better than them. And now it will give all the output in a tabular format. So let's see how it has done. I've given this exact prompt. Now finally come up with this in a very nice table. So it's saying review volume at scale. RR Plumbing has 1600 reviews, which is 28 times more than the number 2. So this gives you a quick insight that yes, in the long run, you need to get as many reviews as possible if you want to dominate the space. If you want to dethrone RR Plumbing, you also need to be getting as many reviews as you can. One more thing, it is saying that despite number 3 has more ratings, it still ranks below Plumbing NYC, which has fewer reviews but comparable ratings. The gap between number 1 and everyone else correlates directly with ranking position. So and now it is also showing you why it matters for this keyword instantly. So again, I won't be reading everything through the line, but yes, what it's basically saying that number of reviews in a city like New York is a very, very important ranking factor because it has a lot of weightage in this particular niche. Now, if you're doing this same activity for maybe plumber and a smaller town or a smaller location somewhere else in the US, you may just get a completely different ranking lever, and review count may not be as important as a ranking factor in that market. So this is where ClaudeCowork comes in and just does it magic, is you can basically then find out exactly in your space what are the top ranking factors. So far, generally you have to rely on what us SEOs say, right? That, okay, reviews is a great ranking factor, but when you see it actually in your space, you become a lot more determined to go and get those reviews as much as they can. And then keywords in the business name is also a huge ranking factor in this market, according to ClaudeCowork. Similarly, this is again a great thing, is 24/7 availability signal is also very, very important. You can see ClaudeCowork is saying plumbing is an emergency driven service. Google appears to favor businesses signaling immediate availability. Now, if you were not using ClaudeCowork, you may have just thought, oh, I cannot be available 24/7, right? So neither can any business for that matter. So then you should look into, okay, how are the other businesses routing their calls? Are they using an AI voice agent, or are they outsourcing it from somewhere in Philippines, and do exactly the same thing as they are doing? Because for you to rank in this particular market, it has to be available 24/7, and it actually do not necessarily need to be available 24/7, but it should appear you are available 24/7, and mostly it's about answering the calls. That is what it is mostly about. Similarly, next thing, it is saying that the Manhattan core proximity is also a very huge ranking factor in for Plumbers New York. So if you can get an office or physical location nearby Manhattan, so then you'll rank for more. So similarly, it will just give you all of the data, and it's such great analysis that it would be very tough for a human to actually even do such great analysis on each thing that is working in that space. So just go ahead and use all of these prompts for your Google business profile. Look at what you are doing right, what your competitors are doing right and better than you, and it will just give you each thing step by step. If you have to just add one last thing, is what I do is then I'll give it my Google business profile, and I'll ask it to compare everything that it has just found out with what I'm doing, and tell me exactly like the next 5 steps I need to do to improve on those parameters, and I'll just go ahead and do the same thing. And I'm very sure it very quickly your Google business profile ranking will start moving up, and you'll be in top 3 in no time. So that pretty much sums up the video of how me as a senior SEO with having 14 plus years of local SEO experience would use Claude Cowork to outrank any competitors that my business may have, especially on the Google business profile front. Also, my name is Sarvesh. I'm a TEDx speaker, and I'm the founder of alventramarketing.com. If you're looking for any help with SEO and want to dominate your market, like we did for this auto garage shop that went from $0 to $2.8 million in revenue in just 11 months, primarily through SEO, no ads. If you want similar results for your business, make sure to check out alventramarketing.com and book a call there. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop in comments if you want all of the prompts that I've discussed in the video. See you in the next one. So that pretty much sums up the video of how me as a senior SEO with having 14 plus local SEO experience would use Claude Cowork to outrank any competitors that my business may have, especially on the Google business profile front. Also, my name is Sarvesh. I'm a TEDx speaker, and I'm the founder of alventramarketing.com. If you're looking for any help with SEO and want to dominate your market, like we did for this auto garage shop that went from $0 to $2.8 million in revenue in just 11 months, primarily through SEO, no ads. If you want similar results for your business, make sure to check out alventramarketing.com and book a call there. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop in comments if you want all of the prompts that I've discussed in the video. See you in the next one.